A neighborhood on edge. New crimes popping up in a community that's already seen a series of sexual assaults this year. How people are staying safe after the new reports. Preventing tragedy.
And it's heartbreaking because I did it. I killed my son.
11 kids die in hot cars in the month of July. The new proposal to stop more deaths from happening. Clamping down on cyberbullying.
The work is not over yet.
The next steps to protect students after David's Law goes into effect.
CBS Austin News starts with breaking news.
That breaking news now. The deadline for Representative Donna Dukes to take a plea deal has passed, and the Travis County DA is now planning to go to trial. CBS Austin Sarah Navoy joins us at the News Now desk. Big move, Sarah.
Yeah, the DA's office gave Dukes the option of stepping down as representative to not be able to be prosecuted, but they've since taken that deal off the table, and most assumed that Dukes wouldn't take this deal when she showed up on the House floor today. I asked her for a comment, but she said that she could not talk about this and that she prefers to go to trial. She told reporters that last month. She's indicted on 15 total charges and accused of misusing state funds when her staff ran personal errands. She's also accused of being paid for days she did not work. Last week, Dukes' lawyers filed a motion to withdraw as counsel, citing an inability to communicate effectively with her. The trial is now set for mid-October. Reporting from the News Now desk, Sarah Navoy, CBS Austin News.
2 reports in 2 weeks about a strange man scaring women in Hyde Park. Last week, officers responded to a naked peeping Tom, and this week, a woman was groped. CBS Austin's Courtney Shoneman found out how the neighborhood is responding to these incidents.
Austin police confirms its sex crimes unit is investigating after a woman says she was groped while walking here along 43rd near Avenue C. Residents we talked to say they hope these crimes don't escalate into something more serious.
I would like to see him caught. I would like to see the problem eliminated before it gets worse.
Thursday morning, Austin police were called out to a home on Speedway after a woman saw a naked man standing on her patio. Just a few days later, on Monday, a woman says she was groped by a strange man while walking at night.
I guess, as a young woman walking alone, you always have to think about kind of what could happen.
In the last year in the Hyde Park area, there have been reports of 8 sex assaults, 10 window peeping incidents, and 6 indecent exposures. Back in May, we told you APD confirmed 6 reports of a man groping women in the neighborhood. The suspect, labeled the Hyde Park Spanker, was never found.
Well, it's obviously disappointing and a little scary.
Monday's report is similar to the May incidents, but police won't say if they believe it's the same person. Hyde Park resident Camila Kennedy says word of these incidents has become a running joke between friends, but has also made them more aware.
It's like, oh, have you heard about the Hyde Park groper? And you chuckle a bit, and then you're like, let's maybe not walk alone all the time.
Courtney Shoneman, CBS Austin News.
A police officer is critically injured after being run over and pinned by a suspect SUV in Waco. Officers were serving a search warrant when the suspect tried to get away in the SUV. Police say he intentionally hit the officer, and that's when other officers fired on him.
We've got an officer-involved shooting. We had multiple officers that shot at the suspect. We'll take statements from those officers once we know that they're okay and able to talk.
The officers then lifted the SUV to free the injured officer. The suspect died at the hospital. The officer is now recovering.
All right, yesterday we had a nice break with a high of only 99. You know what? Today, the high temperature, 100. We went there again, but good news. A cold front is on the way. It gets here tomorrow morning, and with it, great. No triple digits expected. Even better, rain likely. Notice temperatures cooler out toward Mason, Lano, Fredericksburg. So what's up with that? More cloud cover. There had been some showers. They've now lifted off toward the north, but it's keeping it much more comfortable out there. Still 96 in LaGrange. You were up at 100 earlier in the day. As you can see, radar's quiet for now. All of the showers that had been out toward the Northwest Hill Country have faded. So we'll keep things dry for the rest of the evening. Temperature about 95 at 7 and down to 90 degrees by 9 o'clock. But then things change. Ahead at 6, I'm going to be tracking for you the hour-by-hour rain possibility. Some areas could potentially get some heavy downpours. Plus, if you like cooler weather, you're going to like the sound of my 7th day.
1 out of every 4 teens has been bullied, but bullying doesn't only happen on playgrounds. It also happens online. Our Melanie Barden explains how a new law and pledge are aiming to put an end to that.
I pledge to never use my device as a weapon, and we will put this on our phone, carry it with us always.
Lawmakers and advocates are making a pledge to end cyberbullying. A sticker with 3 red dots symbolizes that cyberbullying exists and can have devastating consequences.
It was extremely difficult and it was very personal for us.
Maureen Molak's son David took his own life last year after he was tortured by cyberbullies throughout high school. He was just 16 years old.
We need to be proactive and do something about it, and that's what we've done here.
The Molaks helped pass David's Law in June. The law requires public schools to create ways for students to anonymously report cyberbullying. It also makes cyberbullying a criminal offense.
I think it's definitely brought an awareness to the problem, especially in the state of Texas. So I think there's definitely a movement of combating cyberbullying.
Despite the bill passing unanimously, Maureen Molak says there's still more work to be done. The Molaks hope to educate parents before the start of a new school year in order to make sure no one else is a victim of cyberbullying.
Raising awareness in communities, teaching parents about online cyber abuse, and making sure that parents are monitoring their kids at a very early age is really important.
Melanie Barden, CBS Austin News.
Today, Campus Carry is in effect at community colleges across the state.
4-year schools have already implemented the law. It allows anyone with a license to carry to bring a firearm onto campus. Guns aren't allowed in certain places. That includes anywhere kindergarten through 12th grade activities are held, polling locations, labs, and sporting events. The older brother of Selena is a wanted man in Texas. A.B. Quintanilla is now listed on a top 10 fugitives list in Nueces County for the month of August. Authorities say the record producer and musician is wanted for contempt of court and non-payment of child support. Quintanilla was part of Selena y Los Dinos, which launched his younger sister towards stardom. A military dog coming home. One soldier's long legal battle to get his partner back.
Nearly a dozen hot car deaths in 1 month. The device lawmakers now want in every car.
And temperatures right now at 96 in Austin, but look up north. We've got 70s and 80s and a cold front. Tracking that front and how much of a change it will make for tomorrow coming up.
A custody battle over a military dog is now over, and Sergeant Ryan Henderson of Arlington will soon be reunited with his military dog, Satan. Yes, the dog is named Satan. Henderson was first told the dog was adopted by another handler, but that never happened. When he learned his partner was adopted to a North Carolina family, he sued for custody. That family is now dropping the case and allowing Satan to join his handler in Texas. Dozens of soldiers say the U.S. Army gave the dogs away that they served with without ever contacting them.
That sounded strange.
It's just a funny thing to say, yeah. Well, more than 100,000 iPhone cases are being recalled because they can leak and cause chemical burns.
The mixed-bin electronics cases were sold through Amazon, Nordstrom Rack, and Victoria's Secret. The company says 24 people have already reported injuries from the chemical inside. Mixed-bin is urging people to stop using the product right now and contact the company for a refund.
Saved from a well, the grandfather willing to give his life to save his grandson.
Still to come tonight at 6:30, planning for pool closures, the community pools on the chopping block, and the new aquatics plan. A safety net for teachers, the taxpayer money that some lawmakers want to use to help retired educators. A little boy is safe tonight after falling down a well over the weekend in Smith County. Benny Salinas says he was mowing the lawn on a property he takes care of when he lost sight of his grandson. Little Jesus had fallen nearly 40 feet into a nearby well. Wasting no time, Salinas grabbed a rope and went in after him. Well, with the help of his other grandson, he was able to get Jesus out, but Salinas then fell back into the well.
If God wanted to come and get me, then that was okay. I had already come to terms with whatever happened.
Well, Salinas says he could barely breathe, but before he lost consciousness, he started to get pulled back up. Neighbors heard the noise and helped rescue him. No one was seriously hurt.
11 children died in hot vehicles in the month of July.
It was the deadliest month for children in 5 years. Chris Van Cleve shows us how new legislation hopes to prevent another tragedy.
I have not forgiven myself.
Miles and Carol Harrison always wanted a child. They were overjoyed when they adopted Chase, but on a busy 90-degree day back in 2008, Miles forgot to drop the 21-month-old off at daycare, leaving him in the back seat of his car while he went to work.
And it's heartbreaking because I did it. I killed my son.
Nobody thinks it will happen to them until it happens.
Chase's death was one of more than 700 heat stroke fatalities of children left in cars since 1998, an average of 37 per year. The first 7 months of this year have been the worst in terms of heat-related child car deaths since 2010.
All cars ought to include sensors that can very simply save lives.
Aiming to prevent these tragedies, Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal introduced legislation requiring car makers to install sensor technology alerting drivers to a baby left in a car seat.
Consumers should want this product, just as they do seat belts and airbags.
General Motors began offering a similar sensor for some models this year, but the Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers says the proposed mandate would miss the car buyers who need it most because so few parents of young children buy new cars. Senator Blumenthal, a Democrat, believes any added cost for the standard feature would be minimal. He says the measure should attract strong bipartisan support, and he hopes to see it in new cars as soon as 2019. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
Now, your Storm Tracker weather with Chief Storm Tracker meteorologist Chicago Windler.
I thought we were done with those 100-degree temperatures.
And then today, 100.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, I think you're going to like what you see. We've got rain chances and cooler temperatures on the way. Set outside, we'll talk about it, go hour by hour through what you can expect. Just some partly cloudy skies in place right now as we take a look at our Round Rock Honda Cam out of Round Rock. And you can see the temperatures, for the most part, still pretty hot. It's 96 after that high of 100 in Austin, 96 in LaGrange. But look out west. Folks in Fredericksburg, Llano, and Mason, low to upper 80s. What's going on there? There were a few rogue showers that popped up. They have since dissipated. You can see the bulk of everything well off toward our north now. Those little tiny showers have just kind of whimpered away. But there's hope for tomorrow. A cold front coming in from North Texas, working its way in here. And the timing on that front now looks like it'll be here tomorrow morning, potentially with some spots getting some heavy rain. The best likelihood of that heavy rain will be in our northern viewing area. For this evening, good to go. No rain expected. 7 o'clock, 95, down to about 90 degrees by the time we reach 9 o'clock. And for tomorrow, better rain chances. 8 a.m., 60%, noon, 40%, 4 o'clock, a 30% chance of rain in our high. Only 93 degrees. The best bets for rain will be tomorrow, mainly in the morning. Then we'll go with scattered shower and thunderstorm possibilities Thursday and Friday, down to a 30% chance. Let's track it for you hour by hour. Check this out. Our Future Track computer model is bringing potentially areas of heavy rain first thing in the morning that could affect your morning rush on toward midday, with the showers primarily from Austin points off toward the north. Cold front slides south, dropping most of the rain down to our south, and then things could start to quiet down. So not a total washout of the day. The best rain chances morning to midday. Then on Thursday, most of the action down to the south, except for an isolated shower here or there. But when all is said and done, computer models are being fairly robust in how much rain we could see. I showed one earlier at 5 o'clock. Here's a different computer model showing maybe 1.5 inches for Georgetown, perhaps 2.7 Rockdale, with lesser amounts the farther south you go. Either way, be prepared for rain. Have that umbrella on standby. The best possibilities with the front in the morning, then lesser possibilities, but still keeping us below triple digits as we head toward Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Maybe about a 20% chance as we head toward Sunday, and can't pull the plug on rain chances Monday or Tuesday either, so things are looking up for that. Of course, on August 21st, we don't want rain, we don't want clouds, we want to be able to see that solar eclipse, and you can safely do so with some solar eclipse glasses. We've got a drawing. Just go to our CBS Austin Facebook page to win.
Well, perfect viewing for that baby.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a big event.
Yesterday, the Rangers made a big move trading Yu Darvish.
It was huge, but that also means a big return for the organization. Sports director Bob Ballou is in Round Rock with more on what it means for the Express. Bob?
Yeah, Walton Hama, the Rangers' loss in Arlington is the Express gain in Round Rock. Why new prospect Willie Calhoun is like Babe Ruth. That's coming up in CBS Austin Sports next.
Honestly, I've been playing around with it all year, and kind of when I just want to have fun, I just try something new, and I finally connected on one. I think that was like my 4th time trying it.
So what does new entail for new Rangers prospect Willie Calhoun? Well, when he steps to the plate and wants to have a little fun, he decides to swing like Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds or Corey Seager, and it worked when he swung like Babe Ruth. Welcome out to Dell Diamond in Round Rock tonight. Willie Calhoun makes his Round Rock Express debut. Traded yesterday from the Dodgers to the Rangers in the Yu Darvish deal. He's the number 4 overall prospect in the Dodgers organization. He's now one of the Rangers' top prospects. And tonight he will hit third and play left field. Calhoun spoke to us just minutes ago about his reaction to the trade yesterday.
I was shocked. I was sitting on the couch just like watching TV. We weren't even watching the trade. We were just watching TV in the clubhouse, and then my manager kind of like called me into the office, and he just told me that I got traded to the Rangers for Darvish. So I was kind of like, I was shocked because obviously he was the man here in Texas, and obviously getting traded for him, it's a pleasure to be able to see where I can go with that.
Hammered into the left center field gap. That'll at least tie. Rolls all the way to wall. Here comes Guzman. They're waving him to the plate. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. A 2-run double by Will Middlebrooks, and Round Rock wins it.
Yeah, the Express are coming off a nice win last night. Will Middlebrooks doubled home the winner in the bottom of the 11th after eating a corn dog in the dugout in the bottom of the 9th. The Express are now riding a 4-game win streak. You know, before last year, Texas safety Deshaun Elliott was the guy that wanted to fight the entire Baylor football team before wising up. Now, Elliott's trying to take on more of a leadership role for this Longhorn team.
When they first got here, they told me I gotta be more vocal. I just didn't talk. I just work and not say nothing. But I learned from them, if you want to stand out and be a leader for this team, and if we can become leaders as a whole, then we can go a long way. And so with Nashawn and PJ's help, they helped me become on my path to be a leader for this team.
Day 2 of practice for the Longhorns today. Elliott finished last year with 30 tackles, an interception, a sack, and 2 fumble recoveries. But his role continues to grow larger each year. The junior safety's lack of voice ran a little deeper than he actually admitted this morning, but his head coach wasn't shy about explaining it bluntly.
When we first got here, I think he was more concerned about being liked than he was about leading the team. And he's done a 180 from that. He's a really, really good leader right now, and the guys respect him. And again, if you're not a hard worker, you can talk all you want, and guys are going to roll their eyes at you. But right now, he's walking the walk in terms of work ethic, and kind of has a knack for saying the right thing at the right time.
See if Deshaun Elliott can step up and be a leader for this Longhorn football team this year. We'll see what Willie Calhoun can do tonight, too. He's hitting third, playing left field in his Express debut. We'll have highlights tonight at 10. For now, I'm Bob Ballou live at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. CBS Austin News at 6 is back after this.
A newborn calf in Kerrville is drawing attention from a rock legend.
That's because it's facial markings that look like the makeup of front Kiss man Gene Simmons. Simmons tweeted about the calf named Jeannie and said, "This is real, folks." The female calf was born Friday. The family that owns her says Jeannie is already a family favorite and won't be sold for slaughter.
Look, she has a tongue out perfectly, too.
I know, just needs a guitar. Cutting costs by closing pools, the communities that could be looking for a new place to cool off during the summer.
Changes in the White House. The restructuring underway as the president's new chief of staff gets to work. Those stories coming up in just a few minutes at 6:30. Stay with us.